Hi guys, welcome back to this channel, Creativity Incorporated. And I have a bit of bad news. My first two shots were somehow not recorded or not there when I came to unload my stuff to edit. But fear not, I have lots to say about it. Well, I have a lot of things to explain what happened. I can explain what happened. So in the first shot, you see me introducing the book I cut this map from. That move book that I just moved is an old like atlas book or book of maps or something, and it was something I just cut up, and I honestly picked that up from the trash, and I was like, like I like the maps, but they were like not vintage enough. So what I did is I just sprayed it with coffee water all over it, and then that's why it looks all wrinkly. And then I cut out the California from there, and that allowed me to have this California. Now I've been thinking of doing this journal for a while because I live in California, and because I really truly want to get to know my state. So I want to travel different places, and I want to, I have an idea of which ones I want to go or what places I want to go, and then I have been to a few of them already. So, it's just a matter of me journaling. Um, and so I had this idea for a while, and so I figured this is a perfect place to do it. I'm calling my journal a generational journal, or my oldest son, he's 21, he calls it an heirloom journal. It's just like my idea, my vision for this journal is like if my grandson or my great grandkids that maybe I don't get to meet will pick it up and get to know their grandma or their great grandma. And I feel like I would have loved to do that. I would have loved to know my grandma's history, life, um, ideas. But anyways, I'll talk in more in deep detail about this journal. But for now, I want to encourage you to maybe get to know the place or state or province where you live. And so this is a great idea for me. That way I can do like a check off list, and it encouraged me to like visit more, just so I can do more of a checkup. And I feel like that's what's gonna help me or push me to see more places and more of my state. This is the quail, and it's the poppy seed, and those is the flower and the bird of my state. I painted those, but in my previous clip of this video, I was showing you my sketch and how I was sketching it, and the before painting and after painting. But anyways, I was thinking right there I'm gonna put California, and I was considering like visualizing in my head how I was going to do it. That's what I was doing. But I feel like it's missing color, and I don't want to just blop in California. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna draw some clouds, and I'm not drawing them. I'm just kind of like blobbing paint on there, hoping that it looks like clouds. um, it kind of works out because clouds are not. They are difficult if you want to be like really precise about it, but because I'm being so diluted with my paint. It's a little bright here, as you can see, but when it dries, it will dry even more diluted. It's just, I didn't want a white page, you know what I mean? So as a background, I decided I wanted some clouds with my watercolor paints. And, because when I did this journal, I didn't know what papers I was doing. I just did all kinds of paper that I have. And so I was just like, I hope it gets I hope it takes watercolor really good, and I'm glad it did. It looks all right. So it's just pretty much a background, just dropping color as a background, and I did that on both sides of the paper, and also on the quail. It's kind of also a little transition between the ocean and the bird and the clouds on it. So as I mentioned before, I wanted to put a California on that side, and I felt like I always like, for me, it's quicker just to like draw something or write something up. And I have been hoarding because at this point it's past collecting, it's hoarding. I have lots and lots of letters, and I felt like this was a perfect time now that I moved. If you haven't seen my video, my new craft store or craft studio, it's my previous video to this, and it shows you my new craft room. But because it would, when you move, you see and you find and you like look at things again. So I felt like I really needed to give these letters a try. So I was confused in between which ones to use, and I went with the yellow. I love yellow. I think yellow and blue are my favorite colors. And so, and also the yellow reminds me of sun, and because I'm putting it on top of clouds, I figured it's kind of like a sun. I don't know. Don't come at me. And also, it's kind of like the same yellow I use for the poppy seeds. So I'm bringing kind of that color from that page to this page, and also it pops up, and also it fits the, like, it's a small letter because California is such a long word. And so I felt like it was just cool because it was the first letters I found. And so I really loved it. Next, I know I'm like talking like first and then next. Um, I grabbed like is it bone? Is it antique linen? Some kind of like beige paper or like off-white paper. And what I'm doing here is I'm tiling 1 inch by 1 1/4 inch tiles that I want to put on the paper, because my goal for this is to put mini pictures of those places that I have been. Like, instead of doing like a little list and doing a check mark, what I'm doing is I'm putting a picture of that me or kids or someone or one of us in the picture, in that little square, so it kind of shows you that we've been there. You know what I mean? So now California has, I think, 58 counties, and I don't know if like all of them are like something you're like excited to visit. You know what I mean? Like visitable. Is that the word? Like a place where you want to go and say, "Hey, let's go have dinner in that city or whatever." It's like I know California has a lot of growers, like oranges and stuff like that. So um I don't know if I will visit all of them, or they're like touristic places. And not that they have to be touristic. I just want to like, check it out, but or get to know the places. But so there is a lot of visitable or touristic places in California. So I'm putting I kind of made a little list of the ones I know I've already been to, and the ones I want to go to. And I think it was like 16, and I just made myself more just to make sure I have more just in case I visit more. So my idea was to string it, but um for me, like, the first idea was to do red, because of red lines, or black. But I felt like both of those colors like really stood out, and I think kind of that was the point. But I felt like this gold like thread was a little more what made me feel comfortable. It's not that I had something else in vision, so I can't say this is more of my vision, because this is not my vision. I feel like it's um more what makes me feel comfortable. So it's not as visible as I would like it to be, but it makes me feel comfortable putting this color. And it's not what I visioned, because I really wanted it to be popping out. But like I said, it makes me feel comfortable. And at the end, I think I prefer comfort over my vision in this scenario, because I want to be able to go back to it and add pictures, and so if it makes me feel comfortable going back to it, then it's something, I can work at. Whereas if like it looks cool, like for me or for the camera, but then I don't feel comfortable to it, I mean, what are my chances of going back to it, I feel like I put more importance on me feeling comfortable going back to it, or like enjoyable, when I go back to it, rather than, oh, it looks aesthetically pleasing. And I don't know. It's just me. But don't come at me, people. Um, I feel like I did what is it, style over comfort? I did comfort over style in this case. Um, but I feel like it would have looked really nice with maybe one of those like more of a like a maybe orangey tones, maybe like that poppy seed. I feel like that's what kind of what I wanted, but I was very, like I said, I was very comfortable with the gold, and I even took out a blue one, just so it can match the sky or the ocean. But it wasn't feeling comfortable. It wasn't feeling right. So I stuck with the gold, and I'm glad I did. I liked it because they're there and they're kind of subtle, but they're cute and I like them. So my goal is this: I'm gluing the end to the square and the end to the city, right? But I'm making sure that I don't glue over another box, so that the picture goes under the thread of the one crossing by that square, if you know what I mean. So I don't put my picture on top of the what is it called, the thread, so you can continue looking at the thread and it flows through on top of the picture. Make sure that you leave space, so like, see right there, I know I can tuck in the picture behind that thread, so that the picture doesn't cover the thread, because at the end of the day, I think the thread is more important than the picture, because the picture doesn't really matter, because I'm scrapbooking most likely that picture. It's kind of like a check off, and kind of like a signifying, that we've been there, that the square is not blank anymore, and that's what it's kind of like the whole point, I think. With my calligraphy pen, I write on the bottom all the names of the city, or well, not all the names, but the city of where that square goes to. And yeah, look how it looks. Now, I am going to put the pictures on here, but I feel like that's a lot of more planning or decision. It's going to be hard for me because, when you go to a city, you take a million pictures and you just want to like capture all that trip in one picture. So I feel like it's going to be time consuming. But here's the end of that. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know. On that little space right there, I wrote facts about California. Thank you guys for watching. Again, thank you for all the love. Till next time, stay crafting. Bye.